Hey folks, this is Ray with Bare Metal Forge again. Just a little shop update. I decided to try to redo, not really redo, but clean up my great granddaddy's post vise here in North Carolina, around the City Creek area. He was actually one of the local blacksmiths. He done a lot of work for the area. The post vise, I've actually got his anvil too, which is a Peter Wright, and I can't remember the weight of it, but I have his oh my gosh, anvil. I have his post vise, and I also have a piece that he hand forged to do cobbler work, because he used to work on shoes, kids and adults. I'll take you over here and show it to you real quick. Let me get around here. I got some stuff laying in the floor in the shop. But this is the piece that he used. He hand forged this piece out. I don't know what it was for, but this side was for the adult shoes. This side was for kids' shoes. So he used to do cobbler work also. The anvil that it's sitting on is a Peter Wright anvil. And I can't remember the exact numbers on it, but there is a 1, 0, and a 16 on the anvil, but it says Peter Wright, and then it has England on it. So it's right around 1910, and it may be older, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the cobbler piece that he made so he could work on shoes. This is the post vise that I was telling you about. Here recently, I've been keeping this thing with grease on it, and I probably shouldn't have greased it, because working in the shop, it's gotten a ton of metal shavings in it, and I noticed that it was getting harder and harder to close and open. So I recently pulled everything apart and kind of sandblasted it, kind of repainted everything a little bit to a gray color. It's actually a Confederate gray color. It's hard to read the markings on it. But I moved it from outside. I had it outside for years, but I moved it in here. But this is the post here. This is the old square bolt that they got. There never was, as far as I can remember, there never was a nut on this side. But you got your spring, then you got your screw, then you got your housing right here. This thing right here is bent. My dad actually bent it when he was about 14 years old. But you can see it runs actually very, very smooth. Despite all the use, it works really good, and that screw is one of the best ones I have seen out of an antique that got used as much as this one did. But you can see just what little bit I've used it hasn't really marred it. Just like this side, it really hasn't marred it. But the teeth, the grip are worn. But other than that, I mean, this thing is really good. I recently cleaned all the grease off of here, because like I said, I had been greasing it for years and got to noticing that it was getting harder and harder to use, and it was just because of the grease on there. It was attracting every bit of metal, grinding, cutting, filing. It pulled it all in there. So, but that's my thing. If you've got an old vise and it's in decent shape, don't grease the mess out of it. If that thing works, keep it working good. Don't grease it. Clean it. These things were very, very well built. Take care of them. I was lucky enough to get the ones that were in my family. Like I said, my great-great-granddaddy, he was a blacksmith in the local area in Cedar Creek here just outside of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Like I said, I got lucky enough to wind up with his anvil, his post vise, the piece that he made for doing cobbler work. I've even got a few of his blacksmith pieces that he made that were found recently by my cousin in an old barn on the property where my great-great-granddaddy had. Some of the stuff, and I'll flip the camera around and show you, and I'll show you some of the stuff that he had made. This right here was homemade. It's inlaid into the copper. It's an old soldering iron. And then you got this old piece here that he made. A chisel that he had made. A set of tongs that he made. And this that he made. And even one of those tool knives he made. Draw knives. But that's some of the stuff that I was lucky enough to wind up with. You know, I guess it kind of does run in the family. Like I said, I haven't been doing it long, but I've been doing it long enough. Still learning. Don't ever stop learning. But that was it. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button and help me out. If there's anything you can see different, let me know in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.